Well, hello, I'm Jason and welcome back to Journey to Spartathlon. So we're about to embark on week 16. It's been a couple of weeks since my last update. I think week 12 was the last one. So there's been a fair bit of training during that time. I've been trying to make particularly sure that I'm holding true to the sessions in the plan, just because we're now in the second half, and just to make sure I get all those long runs, the tired legs for those long runs, so helping me out there. Problem is now we are onto our third lockdown. So for the next 5 days, well, we started on Friday, today's Monday, we've got 5 days of lockdown, which may turn into 2 weeks depending on how the results go. But essentially I'm locked in within 5k of home. I can only go out to exercise for a maximum of 2 hours. So that puts the long runs, the 38k plus ones, a little bit at jeopardy in doing those. Now, yes, I could run around my backyard, but I'd probably go nuts. So looking at alternatives there as to what I can and can't do. But again, hopefully the restrictions get lifted the next couple of days and we can go back and somewhat be normal about things, but I'm not that confident. We'll see how it goes. So last episode we had week 12 being commenced. Again, it's the usual formula of Tuesdays and Thursdays with the speed work. Tuesday started off with a 1.5k repetitions at speed. Thursday, however, was embarking on getting a 5k within 22 minutes. Now, the results on that were that I got a 22:40, so I was actually quite happy with that. Then we embark on the 15Ks and into a 36k on the Sunday. So all of those got ticked off the list. Heading into week 13 again. Again, same usual formula, but the Friday, Saturday and Sunday runs, now that we're into the second half, are now starting to get a little bit longer. And as you can see, the Saturdays have turned from the usual 6 odd k, just one before a long run, have now turned into 20 kilometers. So this is where we get those successive runs coming along, and this is where, yeah, I've been feeling it. So progressing through those, week 14, again, some more sprints, 6 by 800 meters. Enjoying those because it mixes things up a little bit. You'll notice that the Thursday run actually was a 13k as well, so a 13, 10k, 20k and a 38k. So a big week in running on that one. Back into week 15, which is the week we, that Saturday we started lockdown. So got the 400 meter sprints in at the track. Another 5k for 22 minutes. I was sort of feeling a little bit tired on that one because of the big weekend of running. So it was really around about 23 and a half minutes on that 5k run. So still happy with that. Still kept the pace up. So pretty happy. Going into we did the 16k, the 20k on the Saturday, and then obviously we're into the lockdown for that weekend. So I did manage to get the 20k in on the Saturday. I decided to take a rest on the Sunday, and I think I'm really enjoying the fact that I did take a rest. The body, I'm noticeably tired after the running that we're doing. So it'll be now getting back into it for a week 16. Hopefully Tuesday will still be in lockdown, so I won't be able to get to the track to do the 10 by 200 meters. So I'm just going to have to do them on a running path around the back. Back into a 5k, and then obviously we go for a Friday 6.5k, 26k on the Saturday, and at a 42. So the kilometers are ramped up. So as I say, hopefully by the Thursday we're out of lockdown and I can actually get out and do those longer runs. Otherwise, it is going to be a bit of an issue. Body weight is still as expected. I think just under 82 kilos, which is good. I am eating a lot, so feeling very hungry after the big runs, so which is good. But yeah, eating a lot. I do notice after the big runs that I am losing a lot of liquid in sweat. So I'm going to do one of those sweat tests just to see how much I'm losing per hour. Probably at around about a 5:15 to a 5:30 k or min per k pace. just to see how that averages out, and then work out how much liquid I've got to be onboarding as we go through. The food, the baby food, etc. has been working really well. I am noticing, and just doing the averages of calories lost per hour, that the baby food that I'm eating, so every 20 odd minutes or to every hour, depending on the long run, not enough calories in to make up for what's going out. I know I'll never actually make up or be able to consume that much food in that short amount of time to make up all the calories, but the baby food doesn't have enough. It's nice to put it in a filler, but I've got to get some other stuff to add to it to get more calories going forward. But all of the food so far has been sitting well. No issues with the stomach, which is quite pleasing from at this point, a particular point of view. So I'll be working on some recipes for going into the race going forward. So as I mentioned before, the body's getting a little bit more tired at the end of the Sunday run. So expected, because there's a lot more Ks being done, running on the tired legs, expect to be tired. So I really am looking forward to the Mondays, which is the break day. Some of the weight sessions and strength sessions have sort of gone to the wayside a little bit. I'm going to try and bring those back, but I really am conscious to make sure that I am getting the rest, because the last thing I want to do is get into the last couple of weeks and yes, tapering's going to be there, but be that exhausted and that fatigued that I'm not going to be able to prepare in time or recover in time for the event. But I also understand that I do want to have the strength sessions back in. So the strength sessions, I've got around about 2 per week. I'm going to see if I can keep those, but it might just get down to 1 per week with all the kilometers I'm doing. So taper a week, I'm sort of working out while I've got it in the plan. I know taper weeks or taper 2 weeks for us, people go nuts. And so I'm just trying to work out how to keep myself busy there and make sure that I'm taking advantage of the tapering, relaxing, keeping the legs moving, etc., and preparing myself correctly for the race. And I think I've mentioned before, I'm pretty much done with 80s music. As much as I love it, it's run its course. Moving on to podcasts now. So done a few on ultra running, etc. So I think I've maxed those out too. I think I seem to be just getting the same message all the time, which is fine, and sort of solidifies that there's a common way of thinking around some of the ultra running, as well as nutrition, etc. So taking that all on board, building my plans with those. Looking to get into some other podcasts now, so I've had a few suggestions from other runners, so looking to give those a go, as well as some of the interests that I've got. We'll see how they go. Sometimes if it gets too boring or monotone, that can sort of weird me out a little bit, and I'll get tired of it. So we'll see how that all goes, although I do like the fact that if there is talking, it takes your mind off things and you're concentrating on that rather than what's the run you're doing. As much as I enjoy running, doing the longer runs, 38k plus, after 2-3 days of already doing running, I don't want it to become a chore, so I'm trying to distract myself as we go through that. I have a friend who's also riding on the bike alongside with me, just to sort of be there, as well as provide some conversation, etc., to get me through it. So that's been fantastic. But I'm going to give some of the podcasts a go and see how that all works out. So remember checking the link for this week's workout song. I'm sure it's going to be one of your favourites. Pretty sure I'm not going to make it one of the 80s songs as well. So as always, play it loud, and I'll see you next time. Bye.